Are these, y'all are asking the questions?
No, you're going to hear the media before you ask the questions. It'll come through virtually.
We now welcome the number 9 ranked UFC women's flyweight in the world, Andrea Lee.
Hello.
Hi, Andrea. We will
Hi.
take the first question from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cageside Press.
Good morning, Andrea. How you doing?
Hey, Gabriel. I'm doing good.
So, see you rocking the cowboy hat. Important question. I saw you showing off on social media. Did you get some new ones for fight week?
I did. Of course, I can't wear them for fight week. They have a little logo, like a little horseshoe. So, unfortunately, I can't wear those for cameras purposes. But I did get some new hats, and I'm excited about it. I love them.
Congratulations. Recently, your boyfriend Tony Kelly was signed to the UFC. How motivating was it to see him make his debut? And now you guys got that whole MMA power couple thing going on.
Aw. Well, I was really excited about it. Like, I mean, he went out there and he impressed me and everyone else. I've always known what he's capable of. I've known him for, 10 plus years. And, just seeing him go out there and do his thing and have his dream, like, come true, like, it's very inspiring. And to see him come back the way that he did and the way he mixed up everything, like, his striking, his elbows, like, it is inspiring, and it makes me want to go out there and split someone open. It's funny. I'm excited about it. I think it's pretty awesome. That we're both in the UFC.
Gotcha. I saw you were training a bit with Aspen Ladd. I mean, not obviously with her because she's injured, but the team in California. You're from Louisiana. Can you just talk about that added benefit of working with that team in California?
Um, well, everyone knows I do go back and forth between Gladiators and MMA Gold. Gladiators in Lafayette and then MMA Gold in California. So I did split my camp up that way. And going out to train with MMA Gold, Aspen and Jim West, like it's great because I'm able to like get away. I'm able to disconnect. It's beautiful up there, and I actually got to stay with Aspen in her new cabin in the mountains. So sounds like it was, well, I mean, it's definitely a dream home, and it's just nice to be able to get out there, reconnect with nature, and just kind of like relax and focus on my camp. And I think that's what I really needed the most for this fight. And I think that's what I need for every camp, like it we didn't even have that much signal up there in the mountains. So, I couldn't really be on social media as much, it was good. I loved it, and the training quality is amazing. They schedule everything, to work around me and what it is that I need to do and how I'm game planning. Like all the coaches are on the same like playing field, and we all work together. And I feel like I've had a really great camp. I feel good.
Yeah, I saw on IG you guys got a lot of hiking in while you guys were up there. I do have a question because I think a lot of people saw you be very entertained by Roxanne's trash talk, quote unquote.
Mhm.
Can you just talk about what it's like to fight somebody that you are friendly with as opposed to, maybe other opponents, you don't know them as well. You could be a little more indifferent and focus more on the competition.
Well, the trash talking was hilarious. Yes, I enjoyed watching that. Even the first time that Roxy and I fought, she made light of the situation. She kind of uh she said, "Let's get dangerous," and like had the whole Darkwing Duck thing. And anyways, it was funny. It was cute. That's just Roxy. That's just how she is. I think it doesn't like take away from what we are going to do. We're going to go in there and we're going to fight and we're going to put on an incredible performance for everyone. Business is business. We were able to like put our relationships, our friendships aside, and do what we got to do. um it is, I guess it is, I don't know, I guess it maybe it makes fight week a little bit easier, because you don't have all the butterflies, maybe. I just feel really good about this fight. I'm excited to be here. And I like not having, like, I'm not a trash talker, so I like this. Neither one of us, feel any ill will towards the other. We don't have any animosity towards each other. I like this.
Yeah,
Sorry, that was a long response.
no, it was great. My final question, with the shakeup, with the main event and everything, your fight has a lot more attention going into Saturday. How do you feel about that? I mean, I think for a lot of people, if you get the win, this really does bounce you forward even more because of all the attention that you would get as opposed to before.
Well, that's what I want. I want to be bounced forward. I need that. So I don't really know where it's gonna put me in the ranks, but like I'm excited about going out there and getting this win. I need to get the ball rolling. I need to get back on climbing the ladder, and I'm on a 2 fight skid streak, so I'm here to get this win, and I want to do it in a and I want to impress everyone, and doing it in style. Go out there, get a finish, or just be super aggressive and just, you know, when I don't necessarily want fight of the night, but I would love to get a fight bonus. If fight of the night is what I get, fight of the night normally means you go the distance. I'm fine with that. It's gonna be an exciting fight, but I would love to get like a performance bonus, like some sort of a finish.
Sure. Well, thank you, Andrea. Best of luck.
Thank you, Gabe.
And we will take our next set of questions from Gavin Porter with UFC.com.
Which is just me, but you can still look at the camera right.
Okay, cool.
Perfect. So it's got to be frustrating, right? To come out on straight split decisions. When you look back at those two fights, and do you just get frustrated, or how do you grow from that mentally and kind of learn more about yourself over this last year? It's been tough.
Well, looking back on those fights, I do get frustrated about it because I just think about the where I messed up. But that's the learning process of everything. That's what's going to make you better going into your next fight, your next competition. So I look back, I know where I messed up, and I think that's what's going to help me in the long run. I was I don't think I was on like a 5 fight win streak. It'd been a few years since I'd lost, and maybe losing these 2 fights, will help propel me in a way. I think it's gonna because I don't wanna get cut from the UFC. So I mean, it's definitely making me fight even harder. To earn my spot in the top rankings.
And when you lose two really close fights like that, does that add more fuel to the fire? Do you feel like there's a little bit more urgency when you're going through camp, when you're going through your preparation for this upcoming bout?
Most definitely. It makes me every day. It makes me push a little bit harder, and my conditioning. I mean, I've pushed it. I feel like I'm still pushing it. I still feel like I haven't done enough. I know I have, and I feel great, but it's like I still feel like every day is another day to continue to push and to get a little bit better. And I'm trying to like I'm like today's still a learning day. Today's still a day that I can get better. Even though weigh-ins is tomorrow and the fight's on Saturday, like I'm still pushing myself.
As you've been pushing yourself, is there a point during this preparation, this camp, where you felt, oh, it's starting to click? I'm starting to really feel it. I'm starting to get going the direction I really need to be.
Yes, actually, like 2.5 weeks ago, I started feeling great about everything. Just kind of getting back into the. I mean, I've been training even through all this quarantine and stuff. I've been doing things, but like once fight camp started off, you're getting back into the swing of things and that grind. Um, it's easy to get in your head, about some things. Like maybe my explosiveness isn't there, and like my kicks aren't firing off, my punches aren't sharp enough, and that's like it's irritating, it's frustrating. But I feel like in the last couple of weeks, everything has pretty much like just, panned out. Everything's going smooth. I feel great.
Great, thank you.
And we will take our next set of questions from Danny Segura with MMA Junkie.
Yeah, sorry if I'm might repeat a couple questions. I missed the beginning set of questions. This is the first time that that you're getting the chance to sort of avenge a loss here, because obviously you fought against Roxanne before. Is that nice, or do you kind of treat it just as another fight?
It's nice, but I'm still treating it like another fight. I don't really feel like I'm going out there to avenge anything, because that was so long ago. But it's exciting to be able to like rematch with Roxy, and go out there and show how much better I've gotten since then. Because when I fought Roxy, that was my third pro fight, and she had already had like 20 something pro fights, I think. So I mean, I was a young up and comer, and we took that fight on short notice. We thought it was a great fight, and it was. I lost a split decision. It was close, and I learned a lot in that fight, and I learned a lot about where I was at that point in my career. And I feel like I've gotten so much better because I learned so much from that loss alone, and every loss since then. But I'm excited about going out there, and proving to everybody, that you know, I feel maybe I should, I could have won that fight, that fight that night, just, it wasn't my night.
Yeah, and that was your third professional fight. So obviously, a lot has happened since you've gained a lot of experience. How much different are you? Where would you say you're the most different compared to Andrea Lee, 2-0 heading into that bout?
Well, I've definitely worked a lot on my wrestling, and my jujitsu has gotten so much better since then because we took like some time to just focus on just straight jujitsu. I mean, I hit up like all the tournament, like like I ran on like I went on like a jujitsu streak where all we did was just like compete at tournaments, just to kind of like push myself and make myself get better. And we focused on a lot there for a couple of years, and I'm still focusing on that. I'm still continuing to get better, as all fighters are. But I think that that's probably where you'll see that I've gotten a lot better at, my wrestling, my jiu-jitsu, my takedown defense.
Yeah. And last question. Entering that bout, obviously you were very young in your MMA career, and Roxanne had a bunch of fights, as you mentioned. She already had like over 20 fights. Are you kind of surprised that you're meeting her again in 2020? Because that was 6 years ago, and she's still kicking ass and still among the best in the division.
And I'm really not, Roxanne, like I mean, she does surprise me, but she's inspiring. I mean, the fact that she's like in the UFC, still been in the top 10. Like she came back. She got cut from the UFC, went back to Invicta, went on a win streak, and then got called back into the UFC, and she's been in the UFC ever since. I mean, like that's super impressive and inspiring to me. It doesn't surprise me that her and I are matching back up. I knew it was going to happen eventually. I've had people that have always asked me at the end of every fight, "You need to call out Roxanne." I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna," because I don't like to call out people. But I've had people been wanting this match to happen, and I was like, "It's gonna happen on its own time," So just let it happen, and it worked out perfectly. I mean, we both lost to Lauren. She was our last opponent, and I had a feeling that they were going to match me and Roxy up. And then whenever I got the call and the name was Roxy, I was like, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. I was like, but I'm ready. I think it's time. We're both in the top 10. I think it's time that we rematch. And it's in the UFC, and we're getting paid a lot more. Couldn't get better than that.
Thank you, Andrea. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Andrea. That is all the time we had for you.
Awesome.
Great work.